Cannabis is what we're doing here. This is our segment, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly of Hemp News with Kehrt Reyher from hemptoday.net. How are you, my friend?
Good. How you guys doing?
Good. We appreciate you calling in today.
My pleasure. You're keeping me up late. Past my bedtime.
Kehrt, we appreciate seeing you and having you join us. So I'm going to ask you the question, what's the good, the bad, and the ugly of hemp this week?
Well, we're looking back this week, yeah. Actually, I was just updating the story this morning out of California where the stakeholders are pretty much up in arms about a bill that just moved out of the Appropriations Committee in the Senate. And we'll go to the Senate floor now for appropriations. The guys in California are pretty convinced that this hemp bill is under the control of marijuana interests, yeah. And, you know, their contention is that, you know, the bill is too overly restrictive, and even on the face of it, you know, it's under the drug regime in California. So there's something wrong out there.
So the drug regime is trying to take control over the industrial hemp?
Well, by drug regime, I mean that the state laws and the state, you know, drug agency, the program, as it is proposed in the bill, is to be under the same laws as same regulatory scheme as marijuana. So something's obviously wrong out in California. This debate's been going on for quite a while, actually. But
so for the listeners that are just sort of getting a wind of this and what they're trying to, we just talked about hemp foods and hemp seeds and hemp oil for omega-3s and the difference between that and CBD oil. And what you're saying is they're trying to regulate all of that stuff the same, or California is trying to do that.
Well, yeah, the main point of contention is the smokable hemp. And as a matter of fact, just this morning I updated a story that I filed on Thursday. It seems now that the governor, Newsom, has backed off of the ban on smokable hemp. But still, this is a highly restrictive bill in California. You can find, right now it's at the very top of hemptoday.net, our update on that situation in California. So that's going to be a very interesting one to watch. There are very strong marijuana interests in California, obviously, and it seems like they want to disadvantage industrial hemp and basically control the game. So,
yeah, so stay in touch with hemptoday.net to see more of what's happening on that issue.
What else is going on, Kehrt?
Well, a related story. This also came up this week. In Texas, a judge overturned a ban on smokable hemp. So, this issue about smokable hemp, which is, again, only a part of the problems in California, this issue is going to be around for a while. This is going to take, some states have already banned smokable hemp. Other states are putting it under their marijuana laws. And so this is in the States, this is a pretty important issue.
Well, in the States it is, right? Because I understand, I'm not sure how familiar you are with the Canadian regulations on how they deal with this, or other countries. But from what I understand, they handle the, I guess, the cannabinoids in one area and then the industrial side separately, right?
Yeah, there are a million different schemes out there, especially if you fold in Europe and what's happening.
The governmentals are...
Yeah, so
the powers
it
that be.
is a problem. But, I mean, first of all, we have a bright spot in California if Governor Newsom is going to back off smokable hemp, because that's a really big part of the sector. And then, in Texas, the judge overturned the ban on smokable hemp. Of course, that will be appealed by the other side. And these things, it's going to be years while these things play out, state by state. And then...
Some FDA news came out, right?
Yeah, really rather disappointing situation with the FDA, because everybody's kind of been waiting on them to, come up with regulations. It looks like they're really probably not going to do it, based on the story that we had earlier in the week, and this means that legislation is going to be needed, to get CBD totally clear for the market. And there is legislation afoot about that particular thing, but it's kind of disappointing.